Hi again, Ngong from Happiness Education. I'm a registered migration agent. Kuzangpola, darigi session nalu ngagi temporary skills shortage subclass Biojin 482 ani kule tumta chishugela. What this visa does is this visa helps an employer to sponsor a suitably skilled worker when the employer is not able to fill a position locally. The locally is the Australians, permanent residents, ani tisu position fill a bematsu wachin, they give an opportunity to overseas kila, like international students, others who are on their TR, etc. And there are 3 streams under this visa. Bambara short-term stream, second one is the medium-term stream, and then we have the labor agreement. So Bambara short-term stream. Now what are the eligibility requirements to fulfill? Well, under this stream, you must be nominated by an employer, and your nominated occupation must be in the short-term skill occupation list. And you must have also worked for a minimum period of 2 years. Well, there are certain policy changes coming soon, and this 2 years requirement could be further reduced to a 1 year requirement. It hasn't been confirmed as of now, but it is likely to happen soon. Dele, you must have certain English requirements to fulfill the eligibility requirements. So English nalu IELTS lembachin, IELTS equivalent in other formats like PT and all, but to IELTS ki kole shuge, IELTS ki nalu overall 5 and then minimum 4.5 in all the band school. And I'm sure you all must be wondering ani age ki kole kane mashu. Well, I have kept it as a surprise because, believe it or not, for this visa, unlike other skill migration visas, some of them, you need not be less than 45. You could be well above 45, and this works because there's no age criteria for this visa. Skills assessment kiteka heptalu, while it is mandatory for some nationalities applying for certain occupations to undergo a skills assessment, it is not the same for everyone. So it depends, firstly, on the evidence that one can produce to show the skills and knowledge that one has, and it is at the discretion of the Department of Home Affairs to ask you for undertaking a skills assessment, even if your nationality or your occupation is not in that mandatory list. So that is something that can be asked for. Then moving on to the medium-term stream. Now, short-term stream nalu tachishui, the visa grant can be up to a period of 2 years. Up to silabdalu, I'm sure you all are clear. It could be any period up to 2 years, not exceeding 2 years. It could be 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, depending on how that arrangements work out. The medium stream nalu you get a visa for a period up to 4 years. The nominated occupation, minimum 2 years of work experience, tachi judo zumbe, short-term stream, the medium-term stream, na dinamsami ewa difference bombe me. The only difference is that for a nominated occupation in the medium-term stream, your occupation has to be in the medium and long-term strategic skills list. And the English requirements a little higher than the short-term stream. So in this case, you need IELTS overall 5 and minimum 5 in all bands. So last stream, the labor agreement stream. Now this is a bit of a high-level sort of arrangement. An agreement is signed between the employer and the government. The government is represented by the Department of Home Affairs. Now, it is an agreement. It is a formal agreement in place. So it has a lot of conditions to be satisfied, obligations to fulfill. And there are different types of labor agreements, mainly 5 in total. We have the company-specific labor agreements. We have the designated area migration agreements, DAMA, Segobo. Then we have the global talent employer-sponsored agreements. Then we have industry specific labor agreements and project agreements. So there are 5 agreements in total. So given that the agreements are in place, so when an employer takes an employee on board, so an agreement ko base pe so all the eligibility requirements, like I mentioned, for the medium and short-term stream, those are entirely different. And in this case, the agreement will specify, and there could be provisions in the agreement where it says that they can take on board like even 6 months skill employment experience lah. For the other 2, we have minimum 2 years experience required. But if the agreement specifies less than that, then everything will be followed as per the agreement provisions. Even the English requirements may be specified in the labor agreement. So the labor agreement will dictate these requirements for someone to fulfill for the grant of this subclass 482 visa under the labor agreement stream. Now, in summary, there are 3 streams under the subclass 482 visa, and all these 3 streams have a potential to lead to permanent residency under various pathways. So this is a good starting step for somebody who can get such an arrangement with an employer under the 3 streams. Dele when you say an employer needs to nominate you, you also need to understand that the employer also has to go through few protocols to become a sponsor. The labor agreement it's an entirely bilateral agreement between the employer and the Department of Home Affairs, the government representative. The short-term, the medium-term stream the employer has to be approved as a standard business sponsor. That is the first step. The next step, once they get approval, is to nominate you for an occupation which is either in the short-term skill occupation list if you're applying for the short stream, or the medium and long-term strategic skills list if you're applying for the medium-term stream. So that was an overview of the subclass 482 visa. And I'm sure you have questions, and if you want to book a consultation, please visit our website or scan the QR code, and then more than happy to attend to you on a one-on-one basis. It can be done face-to-face or online. Thank you for watching.